Welcome back to another cook-up session with myself, Saya. Yeah, let's have a look at the beat that we made yesterday, which was sampling from vinyl. These are the drums. And here's the first pattern. Here's the next pattern. The bass is introduced. Man, that mic issue. Bruh. Anyway, that was it. That was a cool little cook-up. I figured today, let's sample some more stuff from vinyl, and I'm a little bit more prepared today, but today I want to go through TI rec mode. So far, all the videos that I've been making, I've been creating beats in pattern mode, in real-time mode. So there's two different sort of modes that you can input or record things into this pattern mode. One is real-time, one is TI rec mode. And I've stayed away from TI rec mode just because it's a little bit clunky. I felt like it's a little bit confusing, but I was watching a video yesterday, earlier today, and I thought, actually, let's give it a go. Let's try making a drum pattern from TI rec mode and see how that goes. Okay, so I'm going to hit the record button, and then I'm going to select the pattern that I'm going to record to, which is pad 3 here, and then the remain button will allow us to switch between either TI rec mode or real-time mode, and you'll see it at the bottom of the screen when I hit it. And now we're in TI rec mode. Okay, so first things first, we want to turn the velocity up to 127 so that whatever pad we select or whatever sample we select, it's at the full volume. In order to access our samples on the sound banks here, we hit the sub pad, we select the bank that we have our samples in that we want to use, and we can press it and preview it, and whatever pad or sample we select last, that's going to be the pad that we have selected when we let go of the sub pad. And then we have the step sequencer here, and maybe I'll turn on the metronome just so it makes a little bit more sense. Currently you'll see this running across the step sequencer. And so currently we have the kick selected, so we're going to input the kick on the 1 and the 3 here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And it's on 110, but I want it to be at 125. So I'm just going to remove them, turn it back up to 127. 127 rather, not 125. So that's full volume. We want to then select the hi-hats, and with the hi-hats I don't want it to be on the grid like the kicks are. The kicks are right on the grid, but I want it to be a little bit off the grid. In fact, I want it to be a little bit later than what's on the grid, if that makes sense. So what I'm going to do is hit shift, and we have a start icon here, which tells us whether we want the grid or the sample to start at 0 right on the grid, or we can push it back into minus, which will mean it'll come in a bit earlier, or we can move it forward, which will mean it'll be a bit more delayed. So I want the hi-hats to be a bit delayed, so I'm going to push it up to about 21%. That'll do. And then I'm going to input it. You can hear that hi-hat just hitting just a little bit after the kick. And now I'm going to input the snare. So we've selected it, we'll let go of the sub pad. And for the snare, I actually want it to come in a little bit early. Let's have a listen to what it sounds like. That's right on the grid at 0, but I actually want the snares to come in a little bit early. So I'm just going to hold this shift button again and wind it back to minus 20, 21, that'll do. And that means the snare will come in just a fraction a little bit early. So what's interesting here is I've input the snare on the 5 and the 13 pad, but because it's coming in a bit early, it's showing as it's showing on the previous step. So it's lighting up on here. So I'll do that again. So see, when I press the 5, it shows up on the 4, and again the 13, it shows up on the 12. It's kind of interesting. So we got a little bit of a groove here. Kind of like it. The hi-hats, I might turn those down a little bit. So I'm going to select the hi-hats again, remove them, and change the velocity to, I don't know, 40, 50. Let's change the start time to back to around 20, and then input it again. Yeah, that'll do. Let's select the kick so we can add some little ghost kicks in there. And for the ghost kicks, we want the velocity to be 30. And we're going to have a look at the sub-step mode, which I don't really understand fully. But I think what it does is it takes the note that's on the grid and it makes it behave differently in different ways, according to whichever mode of the substate you select. So for example, this is currently a whole note. If we move the dial up a little bit, you can see it's been split into two. And so if I press the 3 pad, you can hear that it's added like a double kick there, which we don't really want. And there's a whole bunch of different modes here, but what I found is that this 4 division I really like, and it's not we don't want to use all 4 here because it's going to sound like a studded triplet kind of thing, which that's what we don't want. But I want to use just that 3rd bar on the 4th division, and I'll input it here just before the kick on the 3. You can hear there's a bit of a tutu, which I really like. And in fact, I might turn down the velocity of that kick a little bit more. So I've removed it and I'll input it again. Cool, that's nice. And then I'm going to bring it back to the 1, and I want a kick over here too. But I want that kick to be a little bit louder. So you can see this process is a little bit luggage because you have to change the volume, you can change the substep mode, and then change the different parameters for each of the notes that you input into the step sequencer. Let's add one more there, and that's too early, so I might just change it back to that 3rd one and see how it sounds. Let's change it to the 2. And let's turn the volume down on that one. Cool. Boom, 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 boom. Cool. So currently we have this on just a 1 bar pattern, so we're going to extend it to 2. So I've hit the pattern edit, selected the pattern that I want to edit. Stop that playing. Let's hit the encoder knob. I finally figured out the name for this knob. I've been calling it the main knob, the knob, something. So the encoder knob, we're going to hit it down, and it brings up this little menu to duplicate. Hit it again. So basically, you just hit the encoder knob twice, and I will duplicate the pattern from 1 bar to 2 bars. And let's just do some more edits on it. So we've exited out of TR-Rec mode, but in order to get back into it, we want to play the pattern, hold shift, and press record, and that'll bring us back into TR-Rec mode. If you just press record, it'll bring us into real-time mode, which is what we don't want. So shift, record, and now we're in TR-Rec mode. Excuse me. And what do we want to do here? We want to, so we have a 2 bar pattern now rather than just 1. So we see that green indicator has disappeared and it's gone into bar 2. So we just scroll the encoder to the right a little bit, and then bring us into the 2nd bar. And here it comes back into to bar 2. And for this one, I'll just remove this kick. Yeah, I think that's it. So we have a slight variation between bar 1 and bar 2. What I am going to do is go into real-time mode, so I'm just going to hit record, and I'm going to put it in rehearsal mode by hitting the record button, and it's blinking. And I'm just going to put this sample into gate mode, this hi-hat, and then wait for it to come back around, arm the record button, and now we recorded that in. Maybe, and yeah, that's it. Maybe I'll just turn that hi-hat down just a little bit. Cool. And that's our drum pattern we made from TRX mode, which I actually really like. The swing, the groove on that is different. It's something that I can't achieve when I'm just playing in real time, because that snare, the ability for the snare to come in a little bit early, it's always difficult to play that live, even if you're just kind of pressing buttons. Yeah, it's cool being able to use that function, TRX mode. So I'm probably going to use that a lot more often in the future. Okay, so we're going to copy that pattern down. Again, go into copy mode, press the pad you want to copy, select the pad you want to copy it to, hit the encoder knob, operation completed, and we have a pattern down here, which I'm actually going to extend to be 4 bars. Today I thought we'd just sample from vinyl again, so we're going to exit the pattern mode and find another bank. Rather than going through random songs in these different records, I've actually had a listen through and selected a song from a record that I thought would be useful. And I came across something pretty surprising, which we'll have a listen to soon. But this is the record, Great Opera Choruses. And I think we're on track maybe... Might be 2, Anvil Chorus. Yeah, I think it's, 3. So this is the Anvil Chorus. Cool. So let's have a listen. I like that. But when I was listening to the sample, there's a certain part of it that caught my attention. I think it's coming up. That part. If you were a fan of Dipset like I was back in my teenage years, you'll recognize that part. It's a sample from Santana's Sound, which is this song here.
Dipset in the building, Killer Jewels.
I don't know if this is the original sample. I had a quick look on, what's it called, on whosampled.com, and I think it has a different source to what we have here. Anyway, let's sample that. Recording now. Let's take this into chop mode. I'm gonna hit shift and the start and end button here to take it into chop mode. Okay, we want to assign to pad. I really like how these chops are sounding. One thing I want to do is, and one thing that I was trying to do yesterday was to pitch down, or in the previous video, pitch down all of the samples in the bank, but I couldn't figure out how. But I quickly looked up a tutorial and it's pretty simple. I just forgot how to do it. So we select the pad that we want to change the parameter for. So in this case, for this one, we want to maybe pitch that up a bit. And maybe we want to pitch up all of the samples in the bank. So we go into pitch/speed mode, or this button here, we select that. We hold remain, and you can see it says to bank, which indicates that this is going to affect everything in the bank. So that's the current pitch, and let's push it up maybe 3 semitones. Boom, 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 boom. Hit record, put it in rehearsal mode. Boom, boom. Let's change the pitch for that. So remain, bring it down 3. 3, 2, 1, and boom. Whoa, that in. Yep, I'm going to turn this specific sample up a bit. Actually I can't. It's all good. Whoa, that's cool. Man, that's cool. Let's add it in. Let's add a bassline. Let's try this one. Let's bring it down an octave. Alright, let's record that in. On the track, currently recording. Wait for it to come back to the 1. 3, 2, 1, and. Mean. That sounds cool. What we're going to do is copy the pattern down. We're going to remove all of the samples except for the bass and the drums, and then see if we can come up with a different pattern. Okay, so we are going to hit pattern edit, select the pattern that we want to remove everything from, hold delete, jump back into that bank and delete all of those samples, and now we'll just have the drums and the bass. Let's do that one. All right, 3, 2, 1, and. Sweet. Okay. All right. Yo, that's it. We've gone a little bit over the time of the usual 20 minutes we do, but that'll do for now. Man, pretty stoked with the outcome there. So let's have a look. This is the original sample. Let's just turn on the and yeah, this is what we came up with. So here's the original drums, or the drum pattern. Here's the first pattern. Ooh. Pattern 2. Back to the original pattern. Something going on with the bass there. Cool. And the GoPro just died, which means this guy's still going. But that's it with the cook-up. Shout out everyone for tuning in. We'll catch you next time. Peace.